talking about?
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? If you're new to my channel, my name is Crystal, and I hope you stay. And if you do, welcome to the family. Happy Juneteenth. I hope you're watching me, and if you're not watching me, you're probably out there having a ball with your family, doing barbecues and shit, as you should be. But good Lord, this week on Juneteenth, we got Tyler Perry in the news, back in the news. We may talk about that later on. But now we got R. Kelly. R. Kelly saying they plotting to take his butt out. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, I want to talk about TMZ for a minute and a few things. Two things that two of his staff said that, it was just ignorant in a sense. But if you've never been to jail or prison, you don't know how the staff work. I don't want to say COs and stuff. YouTube be acting funny. How the staff be acting. You know how they carry themselves. They little ex-members them damn selves, but just got a job, but in there being corrupt, just as corrupt as the damn prisoners. And let's not forget why the fuck is in prison in the first place. Let's not forget why he's there in the first place. Let me get into it before I go on a rant. TMZ, they're sitting there and they're discussing all the legalities that's going on with R. Kelly. So then one of the staff members says he's 99.9% sure that R. Kelly is lying about the people out there plotting to do something to him. He's sure that boy is lying. And so then the other staff member said, well, why would anybody want to take him out? I'm not using certain words. So it's like, why would anybody want to take him out? Don't make no sense. Anybody want to kill him? Is it the fathers of the daughters? I said, no, it's protocol, fool. It's protocol. When you go to prison, jail, and they find out you done touched kids, it's protocol. They coming for you. He can be in that prison, another prison. They coming for you. And half the time, people working is setting it up to make it happen. That's how that shit happens. I'm really surprised that he lasted this long. That's why his ass is in PC. For those of you who don't know, protective custody. He probably asked to go there to get the hell away from people. Before we keep going, let's read his damn plea for help. He requested help. CBS reports R. Kelly was hospitalized for an overdose after prison staff gave him an amount of medicine that could have taken him out and later forcibly removed him from the hospital against medical advice. His lawyer alleged in a statement to CBS News and a federal court filing. The disgraced singer's lawyer, B.U. Brindley, I hope I'm saying that right, Brindley, is requesting that a judge move him to home detention from the North Carolina prison where he is serving his sentence. Everybody's under the impression who's in prison right now, since little orange man is letting everybody out, that they gonna get a free pass and not have to pay for their crimes, as far as I'm concerned. And I know there's some people out there that are R. Kelly fans. Stay a fan and do what you want. But anybody who touch kids, they need to keep their ass in that prison and stay there. Stay there. Why should they get out? I know he said he was sorry in the Gayle King interview, but we don't give a shit about that. We don't. You need to pay for that. And let's just go on. This lawyer reports Mr. Kelly's life is in danger, and the threats come from the Bureau of Prisons officers whose duty is to protect him. Brindley wrote in a court motion filed Monday. He alleges the Federal Bureau of Prisons is seeking to take him out to cover up crimes committed in the investigation of his case. When asked for a comment Tuesday about the allegations, a spokesperson for the Bureau of Prisons told CBS News, for privacy and safety and security reasons, stop asking this shit because we ain't gonna tell you nothing. So I don't know why you over here asking us shit, because we ain't gonna tell you nothing. They said they do not discuss the conditions of confinement for any incarcerated individual, including medical and health-related issues. The Bureau also said it does not comment on pending litigations or legal proceedings. And I don't know, these newscasters always do that shit. They get caught up in the news with something that happened somewhere, and they want to go and ask these people shit, knowing that these companies and businesses, they're not going to out themselves. They're not going to say nothing. nothing, especially if it's a legal proceeding. So why even waste the time trying to go get a comment? Duke University Hospital, where Kelly was taken, deferred comment to the Bureau of Prisons. Also, HIPAA, they can't say shit. Court documents obtained by CBS News show Kelly's legal team discussed the emergency release request with Assistant U.S. Attorney Jason Julian and back and forth filings this week. Kelly has never taken responsibility for his years of SA abuse in children, and he probably never will, Julian said in a response filed Monday. Undeterred, Kelly now asks the court to release him from incarceration indefinitely under the guise of a fanciful conspiracy. Kelly was moved to solitary confinement earlier in June, according to the motion filed Monday. Now listen to this, because if you've ever been to prison or to jail, listen to this. When he was moved to solitary confinement, and he probably asked to go there, he had his medication. He had his medication for anxiety, and to help him sleep with him, and to help him sleep with him, and shown that to the prison staff, Brinley said. Now, here's the thing about medication and when you're locked up. I've never been to prison, but I've been to jail. Did like 8 months in jail. But I think it's carried out the same way in prison or jail. They're not going to give you your medication to keep in your hand. They never do that. They don't want you selling it. They don't want you cheeking. They're not going to do that. So I'm not understanding how he went to solitary confinement with his medication. That shit don't happen. Right there, that's a made up shit. When you are locked up, if you're in a unit or housing, there comes the nurse or whoever is giving you the medication. They got a card. You stand in line. She give you your medication, give you your water, and you walk away. They will not give you medication just to keep on you. That never happens. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm 99.9% sure on that. I have a child in prison right now, so I know how that shit works. He couldn't have his fucking medication on him. But on Thursday evening, prison personnel provided him with additional medication and with instructions to take it, Brinley alleges. Kelly took the medication, and the next morning he felt faint and he felt dizzy. Now, if you take sleep aid, if you take anxiety medication, I currently take anxiety medication as needed. I do not do sleep aids. But if you have medication and somebody gives you some extra shit, sir, why'd you take it? You don't have to take it. So I'm looking at it like this. Either the staff, they did that shit, or he's doing it. Maybe he's been cheeking his meds so he can get his ass out to a hospital since they won't check his damn issues that he have with them damn blood clots. Maybe. Two things could be true. Either they did it or he did it, but fucking somebody did it. Now, if they gave it to him, he didn't have to do it. So he started seeing black spots in his vision. Mr. Kelly tried to get up, but he said, I can't get up. I've fallen and I can't get up. He fell to the ground and he crawled, pleading for help. They're trying to take me out. They're trying to take me out. That's in the motion that they putting in. Kelly was taken to the hospital where he was told he was given an overdose quantity of his medication, Brinley said. Additionally, at the hospital, Kelly showed doctors his swollen leg, which really said he had been seeking medical attention because he has had a history of blood clots. Prison medical staff had allegedly taken him off blood thinners. So like I said, either they did it or he did it. So he could get some medical attention would be the only way to get him out that cell and to a hospital so he could get help for these damn blood clots in his damn leg. Now the hospital can't lie, y'all. A scan at the hospital revealed blood clots in his right leg, blood clots in his left leg, and blood clots in his lungs, his lawyers report. The hospital told Kelly and them damn people that he would need to stay at the hospital for 7 days and was scheduled for his surgery for the clots. According to the motion, however, officers then came into his room and took his ass back to jail and said they were doing shit against the will of the hospitals and directives of the doctors, Brindley said. Mr. Kelly's life is in jeopardy right now because the Bureau of Prisons denied him necessary surgery to clear clots from his lungs. He could die from his condition, and they are letting it happen. CBS reports this is not the first time Kelly's attorney has brought to move him from federal custody over alleged threats to his life. Earlier in June, Brindley claimed prison officials recruited a white supremacist to take his ass out. Kelly was convicted of racketeering, sex trafficking in New York in 2021 and of child P in Chicago a year later. He was sentenced to 30 years of prison in his New York case, 20 years in prison in the Chicago case, which he is serving mostly simultaneously now. Let that Negro get the surgery and put him in a different prison. And he got to just stay PC. Got to stay in protective custody, sir. But like I said, the people that work there, they will find a way to set your ass up. So I do believe they trying to get him. Like I said, it's mandatory, it's standard, it's procedure when you did the shit that I just read. So not in this CBS report, there are so many reports, but I also read that the Aryan brother who was contracted to take him out, according to the Aryan brother, and what I was reading, I can't remember where I got it from. I kept trying to look for it. He said he had a change of heart and he didn't want to do the shit anymore. That's how Kelly knows that they trying to plot to take him out. And now that the Aryan brother didn't do what he was hired to do, because he's a lifer or some shit, something, he's not a lifer, but the promise was made if he did and carried this out, like he would get his freedom, something like that. I read. If I find it, I'll pull it up if you give a shit. But now that he didn't do his due diligence and taking out the man who liked to pee on people, now there's contract out for both of them from the Aryan brothers that's locked up in the prison. So that's what I was reading. So now he afraid. The orange man is letting everybody else out of prison, letting all the other criminals out of prison that got years. He done allowed all the people who stormed the Capitol out. He said that they might as well let his ass out. Sir, they wasn't, as far as we know, they wasn't touching nobody's children. And they wasn't touching nobody's children. Okay? So you don't deserve to have your ass out of anything. Let me remind you why, because this shit I'm about to read, I didn't even know. R. Kelly's daughter, ex-wife Andrea, accused the singer of touching his daughter as a preteen in 2009 in a 2014 filing from the couple's divorce proceedings. That was unsealed in 2019 or 2020. Kelly's attorney said the allegations was 100% false when the allegations was publicized in 2020. Andrea claimed that the filing that an Illinois Department of Children and Family Services caseworker believed the anonymous girl's allegations, but had to classify them as unfounded due to the amount of time between the alleged incident and its reporting. In the second episode of R. Kelly's Karma, Abby emotionally details the alleged abuse, which she says occurred when she was 8 or 9 years old. He was having a party and I didn't want to be without him. So instead of sleeping in my room, I decided to sleep in the office space that was near the party, she recalls tearfully. And just as I remember falling asleep, and it had to be 3 or 4 in the morning, and I just remember waking up to him touching me, and I didn't know what to do, so I just kind of laid there and pretended to be asleep. That sounds like my story when it happened to me. Not by my daddy or nothing, but that's my story. You kind of freeze. You don't know what to do, so you just lay there in silence, just hoping it'll just go away. So do you tell me now that his black ass need to be free at home because he's scared? Like I said, you're lucky you survived this long. I don't feel sorry for him in no way, shape, or form. I don't. But I'm not gonna be pissed at someone who does. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But for me, I don't give a shit. Give him his little surgery, give it, and put his ass in another prison and hope for the best. Period. He don't deserve. No. I'm sorry. No. It's bad enough you fucking touch somebody else's child, but your own. That's absolutely unforgivable. So let's hope the orange man don't do this shit because he trying to make friends with the people because everything up right now. Anyway, I'll see y'all with something else later on. Tell me what you think. Do you think he should be free? Do you think he he can fly? I don't believe he should fly. Okay, he should remain a fly on the wall in that damn prison. It's what he got. It's what he did. Sorry. I don't care what happened in his way past. People are affected because of your way past and the shit you did. So you got to deal with it. Live with it. Now, I don't think anybody should be trying to take him out. But, sir, that's protocol in prison and jails when you mess with children and old people. And that's protocol. Don't be an asshole, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Juneteenth. Bye.
No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate